Hey guys, how's it going? Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you are. So, I'm getting ready to homeschool my son this morning. We homeschool every morning from 9 to 12. Fun. I wanted to take a couple of minutes this morning and hey Danielle, and just talk about something that I'm getting tons and tons of messages about. So this way, at least I can just tag people, just because there's so many people asking and we have so many new people. Hey, Erin, how's it going? Long time, eh? And you don't even live that far, right? So everybody's homeschooling. Everybody's got nothing to do in the afternoon, basically, except work their business. And that's what we're going to talk about. So let's talk about the compensation plan for a minute and what that looks like when you're an essential or certified consultant. And then we're going to talk a little bit about, hi Kim. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the levels that are up from that. So first we're going to talk about essential and certified, and then we're going to talk about everybody else, because it's easy. It's easier that way. And then the essentials and certifieds, when they get bored, they can just drop off. So we have a compensation plan in every single catalog. I should have had where's my catalog? There it is right there. And it is on page 61 of every catalog. This thing scared the hell out of me for at least the first year and a half, maybe even 2 years, until I hit director. I didn't embrace the compensation plan until I hit director. Why? Because there were so many numbers and the language was so overwhelming that I zoned it out. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to keep working my business. I'm just going to keep making more money. And if it works, it works. Right? It still kind of looks a little bit scary. I'm just putting that out there. It looks a little bit scary. So this is what I want you to think about. Did you ever play a video game when you were a kid? Everybody's played video games, right? Some of you played Candy Crush on your phone. We've all played a video game at some point in our lives, even me. I know I'm old, but even me. So what happens when you play a video game? Hey, Courtney. What happens when you play a video game? You play for a while, and then you earn a badge, and then you might earn another badge, and then you level up, right? So you earn little pieces, and then they reward you. And then you earn more little pieces, and then they reward you again, right? So that's the beauty of the compensation plan, is that it's just like a video game. So if you put the compensation plan, so all these scary numbers in the back of the catalog on page 61, in case you're wanting to look, all these scary numbers in the back of the catalog, if you think of this as a video game, this is just a video game all laid out. Only instead of getting little stars and getting superpowers, now you're actually going to make money. It's exactly the same as a video game, okay? So if you think of it that way, then as an essential or certified, like a brand new consultant, what do you got to do? You need your first badges, right? So from an essential consultant to get to certified, you need 1,000 PRV. So that points, personal retail volume. So that means that our point system, depending on what country you're in, now this used to be a lot easier when we were just in Canada, but now we're in a whole bunch of countries. So now I need to make this a little bit more understandable for everybody. Your personal retail volume is a calculation that's based off of how much you sell. And it depends on what country you're in, how many points you get for whatever you sell. So every single item that we have, it could be a bar of wax, it could be every single item that we have in the catalog, it all has a point value associated with it, okay? So when you enter that into the workstation goes, oh, there's 5 PRV associated with the bulb, or there's 15 PRV associated with this, or there's 80 PRV associated with the Cinderella warmer if you're in Canada. But if you're in the States, it might be 100 PRV, right? So it just depends on where you are, what the personal retail volume point looks like. So once we get past that complicated piece of what is PRV, the rest becomes pretty easy. So we get a calculation, we get a percentage point or a badge based on your PRV. So if your PRV is 1,000 over a span of 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to 1,000, then you're going to go up to 25%. So instead of getting paid 20% of your PRV, now you're going to get 25% of your PRV and you never go back down, which is amazing. That's one of the things that I love about our compensation plan is that it's quite generous, right? Like, it's basically rewarding you for sticking around as a consultant. It's like, you've been around for 1,000 PRV, guess what? We're going to reward you. And the beautiful thing is, like, let's say if you hit certified this month and you didn't hit it until the end of the month, they're going to back pay you on the whole month. So the whole month is going to be paid at 25%, not just that one order and going forward. They'll pay you for the whole month. So if you're an essential consultant and you want to get to certified, then this is a way to do it. And you want to do it fast, because the faster you get there, then the more money you make. It's that simple. Okay? So now, once we get past all of that, you're a certified consultant. Now what? Now what? Well, the only way to make more percentages or get more stars and level up in your video game is to add people to your team. You're like, well, I don't have a team yet, and why would I want a team, right? That was me. I was in government for 13 years. I was not. And I showed my numbers. If you want to know like what happened in my story, I did it all on the group a few weeks ago. Somebody can bump it. I spent like a year and a bit, maybe like 15 months as a certified consultant because I refused to look at this. I was like, there's no money in making a team. There's no money in ranking up. There is no money. This is all a big, I don't really know what it is, but it's not for me. I was completely in denial because this scared the heck out of me. Okay? Don't be afraid. It's nowhere near as bad as you think it is. Kim Russell, if you wish you had someone to add this month, then you need to go out there and hustle. You're not talking to enough people. This is a no excuse zone. And I'm not saying that you're making excuses, but what I'm saying is that you need to go talk to more people. Okay, let's stay on track. This is your friend. This is your guide to the video game. Okay, you guys? If you're a certified consultant right now, you need to go out and find someone to join your team. Why? Because when you find someone to join your team, I'm going to cover this up. Normally I do this. I don't do this on a live call. Normally I do this on a Zoom because then I can show you on the screen. But I don't normally get a lot of people joining, and afterwards it's hard to you can't tag people in a Zoom call. So I did it this way because it would be easier for you. So basically, what's going to happen is if you have a lead consultant, if you want to be a lead consultant, sorry guys, I just lost my train of thought. You want to be a lead consultant, you're going to need 1,000 GWV. So that's the combination of you and anyone else that joins your team. Okay, so there's you, and maybe there's one person that you joined, and maybe they joined somebody else, or maybe you joined 2 people, or maybe you joined 3 people. It doesn't matter. Anybody who falls underneath you. So that means if you join someone, and they join someone, and they join someone, guess what? You get money for all of those people. All of them. It all calculates into your GWV. Okay? So you need 1,000 GWV, and you'll see it start to total up on your workstation. You'll be like, wow, what's that GWV about? Okay, that's what that is. So if you have, right? Aaron's saying that's me. Okay, so you need 1,000 GWV. You need 500 personal retail volume, or PRV. I know we have so many acronyms and sometimes it can be scary. Don't be afraid. 500 PRV, that means you went out and you sold 500 PRV. You have one person underneath you that you personally sponsored. And then voila, you just got paid at lead consultant. Now you're like, okay, hold on a second. What just happened? What did she just say? I need to go back and write it down. I'm going to say it again. Everything that works in until you hit director and beyond, we have 3 things. It's almost like the stars go into alignment, okay? When the stars are in alignment, you get paid at title. So what do the stars look like? There's 3 things that make up the stars in alignment. 1, your PRV. 2, your GWV. 3, how many active frontline. So people that you have actually personally recruited or joined yourself. Not someone underneath you joined. It's got to be someone that actually joined or reinstated under you. Okay? So that's the 3 things. No matter if you're a lead consultant, a star consultant, a superstar consultant, doesn't matter. Those are the 3 things that need to be in alignment. Okay? Is your PRV needs to be 500. Your GWV according to the compensation plan. And how many active frontline according to the compensation plan. That's why this is so bloody scary, because it's outlining how many people you need to have active. It's outlining how much GWV, outlining how much PRV. Like, I know it sounds crazy and it seems overwhelming, but it's actually really easy. So if you think about it, you're a certified consultant and you want to be a lead consultant and you just recruited somebody, or you're thinking about someone that you think might want to join, right? All you really need is 500 PRV, which most of you have already from doing your launch party, right? You join someone up, they probably put in 500 PRV, boom, you just hit lead. That's how easy it is. And now what do you get from that? Well, let me tell you. You get an extra 2% bonus on your PRV. So then instead of getting 25%, you're getting 27% on your 500 PRV. 27%, and you're getting 2% off of the person who joined underneath you. So whatever their PRV is, you're getting 2% off of them. So you can see how even just as a lead consultant getting paid at title, you're going to get, instead of 25%, now you're going to get 27%, plus you're going to get 2% off of the person underneath you. And you're like, well, doesn't really sound like all that much. It's just like percentages. Guys, let me tell you, when you start getting 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people underneath you, all those percentages, they add up. And they add up big. So let me tell you, what's the next step after that? Well, you want to be a star consultant, right? So a star consultant, you need 500 PRV. Let's put the stars in alignment, right? 500 PRV, no matter what title. Even me as a superstar director, I got to put in 500 PRV. So 500 PRV, the stars are in alignment. What's the second thing that I need? I need active frontline. So as a star consultant, instead of having 1 person active, you need 2. And your GWV, instead of it being 1,000, now it needs to be 2,500. So all these people that have just hit 2,500, all these people on the group that are hitting star consultant and they're all getting congratulated, guess what? They just hit 2,500 GWV. And they probably have about 5 people between people they recruited themselves and people that the people underneath them recruited. Because it all adds into your what? Your GWV. It all adds up to the GWV. Doesn't matter if you personally sponsor them or the people underneath you. It doesn't matter. It all totals into your GWV. So stars are in alignment. For a lead consultant, 500 PRV. 1 active frontline. Frontline is the person you recruited. 1,000 GWV. For a star consultant, you need what? 500 PRV. Stars are in alignment. Second piece is 2 active frontline. Third piece is 2,500 GWV. So when you're looking at this, guys, you know what? So this is the old version of the comp plan. If you like I like the colorful version just because I've been around for 8 years and I've kind of got used to it. So 8 years in August. So that's what I do, because that's the part that really just applies to you so far. Okay? So all this over here, and you'll see it, it's the same thing in this comp plan. I just like the colorful because I got used to it. But really, all of this over here doesn't even apply to you. All this Nope. This is all extra percentages when you get to SSC. So superstar consultant, director, star director, superstar director. All of that over there has nothing to do with you. So don't even look at it. Right? And that's why everybody gets so overwhelmed, because they're looking at this whole thing and they're like, oh my God, there's so many numbers. There's not, guys. You need the stars in alignment for your one little piece of the pie. Your one little piece of the pie is just these little numbers right here. That's it. That's it. It's not hard. Can you save this and share it to my group? Yes, absolutely. I can, Eva. So don't be afraid. This is not scary. The scary part is telling yourself that it doesn't matter what other people think of you when you ask them if they want to join your team. Because what's the worst that can happen? They say no. It's no different than going to a coffee shop and getting a coffee, right? And the girl asks you, when you go to a restaurant, the girl asks you, would you like ketchup with that? You say no. Do you think she's going to be offended? Do you think she cares at the end of the day? She doesn't care, trust me. She doesn't care, right? So you say, hey, you know what? You would be amazing on my team. Like, you would be a rock star. Like, you just have that personality that people just listen to you and you just shine. I just know you'd be amazing. And they say no, and you're like, okay. But what just happened? They didn't have it in their heads before. It didn't even occur to them that this could be something that could be a blessing to them. That they could actually make money right now when nobody's making money. Guys, every direct sales company is shut down right now except Sensi. Every one of them, or there might be one or two. Like, legit, they're all shut down. Why? Because they don't have what people need, and we do. So how can somebody not want to join your team? So if you're an essential or elite, yeah, I know, right? This came from Pennsylvania. You can't get them here. If you're an essential or a certified consultant, or a lead consultant, or a star consultant, and you're thinking about, what do I need to do to make more money? Guys, this is how to do it. And if people will start saying stuff like, oh, well, it's a bit of a pyramid scheme, don't you think, like the way the numbers and everything are? Well, let me tell you, when you go to Walmart, somebody up above is making money. You go to Canadian Tire, or you go to Walgreens, or you go to any other place that's open right now, somebody somewhere is making a lot of money. And it's no different than Sensi. It's no different. You are shopping online just like shopping online with Amazon. You think somebody at the top? Who owns Amazon? You think Bill Gates in Apple is saying, oh no, don't buy from me right now. Please, give me a break. Right? You think Apple isn't like making a fortune right now because every kid on the planet needs a device? Every kid on the planet needs a device. Do you think he's doing that out of the goodness of his heart? I don't think so. Right? Think about it. Think about it. Stars are in alignment. You make more money. It's as easy as that. If you get stuck, you ask on the group. Why? Because everybody on the group has the same things going on. Okay, I'm going to answer these questions quick. I just want to go through and see what people were saying. And if you have questions, ask them on the bottom. And don't feel stupid to ask, okay? Thank you, Courtney, for putting in the PEG rate. I try not to talk about the PEG rate too much. So the PEG rate is that calculation, depending on what country you're in. That's all it is. I try not to make this complicated because we don't even look at those numbers. Unless you're like a director or star director or superstar director and you've got team in multiple countries like I do, then you're paying attention to the PEG rate because people are asking you questions and you need to be able to answer them. But outside of that, PEG rate, like, you don't even think about it, right? The numbers just come up on your workstation and you just watch the numbers on your workstation, right? Okay, lots of people joining. That's amazing. Crystal Ann is saying, I could have potentially double promoted this month if I had a downline. So that's my biggest goal for me. Okay, stop. Stop right there. People do their launch party and sell 1,000 PRV like that at the drop of a hat. Okay? There is no reason. What day of the month is it? Somebody tell me. It's the 24th. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and it includes a weekend. There is 6 days left in this month. You can't tell me that if you message 100 people today, that you wouldn't find one recruit. I don't believe it. You got them active this weekend. You would promote right now, this month, and get paid on it for the whole month. Guys, this is all about how much do you want to make money. So if you're still watching this video, you're here because you want to make money. So if you want to make money, then you got to do the work. Flat out. The more people you ask, the more people will join. It's a game of numbers. It's always been a game of numbers, and it will always be a game of numbers. There is no ifs, ands, buts about it. The more people you ask, the more people will join. Same thing with your sales. The more people you show it to, the more people are going to buy. This is all up to you. You are in control of your numbers at all times. And this is the part that people don't like, because knowing that you're in control of your numbers at all times also means that you're in control of your numbers at all times. Means you kind of got to go do the work, right? We've seen this before. We've seen it on other teams. Eva Sox, she's got Billy Kastner on her team, promoted to director. She only had 3,000 GWV at the halfway mark of the month, and she said, no, I'm going to do this. It's going to happen. And that girl put her nose to the grind, and she hit director that month. So if you want it, you need to go after it. But knowing what it is and how to have a plan sometimes can be the hard part. And that's why we say do an action plan with your upline. If you don't know what an action plan is, it means it's a plan that you put in place and that's all you focus on. You let go of the samples, you let go of putting out catalogs, you let go of this, you let go of that, and you focus only on what you need to do to promote. Just those things. You make a plan. These are the people I'm going to contact in my downline. This is the stuff that they need to be helped with. This is what I'm going to do. You spend one day doing that. And then the rest is all what? Focused on exactly what you need to promote, which means you have to work your business. And it doesn't mean helping your downline. Because guess what? There's a group right here and it's rocking. And there's a lot of knowledge here. So you can't say, oh, I have to spend the next 7 days focused on my downline. No, you don't. You need to spend the next 7 days working on your own business, because that is what's going to be there every step of the way, is what you build. Does that make sense? Okay. Sorry. I'm really passionate about that. Like, that is just like, and you'll ask all of our leaders, like our superstar consultants and our star consultants that went through the elite program, they'll tell you, like, you have got to be in control of your own mindset. You have got to be in control and stop making excuses. We make excuses all day long. We don't even know we're doing it. We don't even know we're doing it. We don't even know. My daughter just did it a few minutes ago. She's like, what was she said? Oh, I'm never going to be able to do that. And I'm like, yeah, you keep telling yourself you're never going to be able to do it. And guess what? You won't. She's like, what do you mean? Of course she's like, what do you mean? Well, if you convince yourself that you can't do something, you are never going to do it. You need to convince yourself that you are no different than everybody else, and that if everybody else can recruit, so can you. You are not different. There is nothing different about you. Your pain, your background, things that happened to you, we all got. Believe me, we all got. I'm not getting into mine, but believe me, we all got stuff going on. But if you want to make something in this business, then you got to put your nose to the grind and say, you know what? How many people do I got to talk to in order to get someone to join? Flat out. And you start playing the numbers. And what you're going to find is that you don't actually need to talk to 100 people. That maybe you only actually need to talk to 15. And then you're going to be like, okay, I talked to 15 people and somebody joined. Now what? Well, what if I talk to another 15? Will someone else join? And then you'll talk to another 15 and maybe someone else will join after 10. And you'll be like, holy crap, I just talked to 10 people. Why? Because you're getting better and better at talking to people, and you're getting more and more comfortable with sharing the opportunity, right? And then what we call the conversion rate. I know I'm going deep this morning. It's too early for this. Nobody's had coffee yet, and I'm almost done. what we get into is what's called our conversion rate. So the conversion rate is how many people do you have to talk to before you make a sale? How many people do you have to talk to before you have somebody join your team? Because as soon as you know what that exact number is, then you know exactly how much work you have to do. So if you know you have to talk to 15 people, then you talk to 15 people in a week and you get a recruit, then guess what? You could actually have a recruit every week because you talk to 15 people. As soon as you know how many people you as a human need to talk to make it happen, then guess what? You're in control of your numbers again. Sorry, you're in control. Can't help you. Okay. Let's see. Good morning. Woke up to a new teamie this morning. Sure, flood. Woo! Okay, that's it. I'm done. If you guys have questions, tag me, reach out to me. Guys, we have so many amazing things coming in the next few months. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. And I know people are like, pandemic, this is so bad. But let me tell you, this is a blessing in disguise. You have no idea how much of a blessing this pandemic is for your business. You really don't. You have no idea. This is a blessing. And if you choose to say, I'm going to take advantage of every single minute that I have all these people's focus on social media. I have the attention of all of these people. We spend so much time. What's the right time to focus? What's the right time to post on social media? Do I post it on Thursday night? Do I post it on Wednesday morning? Do I post it on Sunday morning? What time is it? 10 o'clock? Is it 11 o'clock? Is it 9:30? What time do I post someone? Guys, you don't need that right now because everybody's on social media 24/7. Like, go do it right now. Any time of the day. You have all of their focus. That's a blessing. Go take it. Right? Okay, that's it. I'm done ranting. I need to go homeschool now because that's what I love doing. And drink my Vice, which is new French vanilla from Tim Hortons. If you've never tried French vanilla, you need French vanilla in your life. This is what keeps me sane. Okay, love you guys. Have an amazing day. If you've got questions, please feel free to reach out. There is no such thing as a stupid question. No such thing as a stupid question. Get your comp plan, laminate it. Look, this is how old this is. Look at that old logo. That's how old that is, right? That's how long this has been laminated. Make it your friend. Don't be afraid. Oh, don't be afraid. It's not scary. You can do this. If everybody else can do it, so can you. You can do this. You can do it. I believe in you. You need to believe in you. And if you don't believe in you, you need to ask yourself why. Okay, not going down that road. Love you. Bye.